Ethan Hayes, a dedicated cosplayer, often portrayed female characters at conventions. He found himself amidst the vibrant chaos of a major fan Expo 12, dressed as the mythical nine-tailed fox from a popular fantasy game. Despite the air conditioning blasting through the convention hall, the elaborate costume, complete with a voluminous, plush tail and matching ears, made him feel warm. He stepped into a quiet corner of the expansive exhibition center, grabbing a bottle of water, when his phone began to vibrate incessantly. Checking it, he saw over 99 unread messages in his freshman orientation group chat. The chat buzzed like a frenzied online marketplace, a rapid-fire stream of messages and animated GIFs, all centered around a singular theme: new students sharing photos. Ethan's lips twitched slightly. The tradition of new student photo sharing, it seemed, was truly enduring 34. An eagle-eyed participant noticed Ethan's anime girl profile picture. Someone tagged him, asking if the avatar was him. Ethan quickly typed a response, stating that it was indeed his picture, but clarifying that he was male. A momentary silence fell over the chat, followed by an even greater uproar. Many users expressed disbelief, claiming such a conventionally attractive person couldn't possibly be male. They demanded photo evidence, insisting that a male with such good looks must share a picture. One person playfully accused him of using stolen online images to catfish and scam for virtual currency, suggesting he was likely scratching his foot somewhere. Ethan felt a wave of exasperation. His ellipses, meant to convey his speechlessness, were misinterpreted as a sign of guilt. Another user directly challenged him, offering to eat a shoe if the photo wasn't truly him and demanding he call everyone dad if it wasn't. The group egged them on, urging Ethan not to back down if he was a man. He sighed, deciding it was less effort to comply than to continue arguing. Ethan, still in the designated rest area, opened his phone's camera within the chat. He aimed it at his fox cosplay. The shimmering golden wig felt incredibly soft. The vibrant pink fox ears were crafted with impressive realism, and the tiered skirt blossomed like petals around him. The matching, fluffy pink tail swayed gently. He didn't deliberately seek a flattering angle. Instead, he simply adjusted the large, ornate bow on his chest, then lazily addressed the camera. "Hey everyone, it's me." After sending the video, he quoted the "eat a shoe" message, adding a sarcastic remark about the user's apparent eagerness for questionable snacks. The chat went silent for approximately 3 seconds, then erupted once more, though not with taunts for the challenger. Instead, an outpouring of admiration for Ethan's appearance flooded the screen. Users expressed adoration, some claiming to be his long-lost dog and declaring their eagerness for the semester to start so they could meet him. Ethan was accustomed to such online reactions. People often used overly affectionate terms on the internet without true intent. However, the sheer volume of notifications and his constantly vibrating phone became overwhelming. He quickly set the chat to mute. Just then, a unique friend request appeared. Unlike the generic wife tags from others, this one had a concise message: Liam Maxwell. The profile picture showcased a sleek motorcycle, and the username simply read L. Ethan guessed he was probably a typical bro trying to act cool. At that moment, a group of sweet-looking girls in elaborate gothic Lolita dresses hesitantly approached, asking if he was available for a photo. Ethan smiled and nodded, pocketing his phone to focus on striking poses for the pictures. After several photo sessions and a quick makeup touch-up, Ethan returned to the rest area and retrieved his phone. Liam Maxwell, it seemed, was persistent. Several more friend requests had arrived, each with a different message. One asked, "Hello, I'm Liam Maxwell. Want to get to know each other?" Another inquired if his previous request had failed. There was also a message asking if Ethan played video games, offering to carry him. A subsequent message acknowledged the potential awkwardness, but confessed to being smitten with Ethan's picture at first sight. The final message, "My profile picture is me, just taken. Please give me a chance, I'm begging you," showed a stark contrast to his initial cool persona. Ethan paused, instinctively tapping on Liam's profile picture to view it full size. The motorcycle image was gone, replaced by a selfie. The man in the photo wore a simple white t-shirt, its collar slightly open. His hair was damp, a few strands of dark brown, almost black, hair casually falling across his forehead, hinting at a recent shower. His prominent brow bone accentuated the slight hollow of his eyes. His nose was straight and sharp, and his jawline clean and defined. The camera angle was somewhat casual, even a bit unrefined, but his natural good looks easily compensated. His eyes, in particular, held a penetrating quality, seeming to look directly at Ethan through the screen. Staring at the photo, Ethan's heart gave an involuntary flutter. He realized he was indeed attracted to men, and this guy fit his ideal perfectly. He accepted the friend request immediately. Liam's message popped up almost instantly. Liam expressed his excitement, stating that he thought Ethan wouldn't reply. Ethan suppressed a smile, quickly typing that he had been busy taking photos with some cosplayers. Liam, confused, asked what cosplayers meant. Ethan clarified that it referred to people dressing up for photos. Liam responded with a disappointed dog emoji. Liam then asked if those girls had also called him wife. Ethan smirked, sensing Liam's jealousy through the screen. He couldn't resist teasing him, confirming that they had. Liam replied with another forlorn dog emoji, asking if he could also get in line for a wife slot. Ethan was surprised, asking what kind of slot he meant. Liam paused, then clarified, asking for a slot to call Ethan wife. Ethan found his ears inexplicably warm as he stared at the screen. It was strange. He had performed countless cosplays, and countless people online had called him wife, yet he had never felt this blush. His fingers unconsciously rubbed the edge of his phone. He took a breath before replying that the line was long and Liam would have to draw a number. Liam enthusiastically replied he would camp for it daily, sending an emoji of a dog wagging its tail furiously. He then asked if there was a shortcut, boasting about his excellent gaming skills and offering to give Ethan the blue buff. Ethan intentionally waited a few seconds before casually responding that a blue buff wasn't enough to sway him. Liam offered the red buff, then even proposed taking down the opposing team's jungler for him, and finally, his own head, accompanied by an emoji of a dog offering its head. Ethan laughed aloud. Liam was incredibly amusing. He jokingly questioned the value of Liam's head. Liam declared it priceless and unique, exclusively for Ethan. Ethan sent a cat shaking its head emoji, saying he was terrible at games and doubted Liam could carry him. Liam insisted it was impossible, claiming to be a top-tier jungler capable of easily carrying him. He offered to play a powerful fighter character if Ethan chose a mage, promising to get him to the highest rank. Ethan sent a hug a tank emoji, but explained he couldn't play now as he was still at the convention. Liam immediately asked about that evening, saying he was free anytime. Ethan chuckled, agreeing to contact him later. Liam then hesitated, asking if he could get one advance payment or just one. Ethan feigned ignorance, asking what kind of advance payment he meant. Liam sent a pitiful dog emoji, followed by the single word, wife. That evening, precisely at 8 o'clock, after Ethan had removed his makeup and changed into comfortable clothes, he sent Liam a message indicating he was ready. Liam's game invitation arrived instantly. When Ethan joined the voice chat, Liam's low chuckle, tinged with a slight electronic distortion, made Ethan's ears tingle. Liam asked if Ethan could hear him, then softly and sweetly uttered the word wife. Ethan's hand, holding his headphones, trembled slightly. He calmly responded, telling Liam to start the game. During the loading screen, Ethan selected his mage character, and Liam, as promised, locked in a powerful fighter, wearing a premium skin. The moment the game began, Liam sent an all-chat message announcing that he would protect his mid laner. Ethan mused that Liam was quite a show-off even as a tough character. Liam chuckled, his character bounding around the base in its beast form, explaining that junglers often started that way. After Ethan cleared his first wave of minions, Liam successfully stole a jungle camp from the enemy. In his human form, Liam's character launched a precise attack from the mid-lane bush, striking the opposing team's mage. When the enemy was weakened, Liam deliberately stopped attacking, lazily saying the kill was Ethan's. Ethan easily secured the first kill with a quick combo. As the system announced first blood, Liam's character casually walked over, bouncing a virtual ball. He inquired if Ethan, his boss, had received the prepayment. Ethan smiled, acknowledging that it was all right. Liam feigned exaggerated disappointment, then transformed his character, nimbly darting next to Ethan's mage, his fuzzy character's head almost brushing Ethan's skirt. He asked if Ethan wanted the blue buff he had just stolen, emphasizing its freshness. Ethan readily accepted the blue buff. Liam, however, lingered, circling Ethan's character. Ethan asked what he was doing. Liam stated that he was admiring the skin effects, his character's paw-like hand brushing against Ethan's character's tail. He commented on the tail's beauty. Ethan's face felt warm. He moved his character towards the safety of his turret, awkwardly telling Liam he was blocking his minion wave. Liam chuckled softly, following him, saying the minions were Ethan's, and so was he. Mid-game, during a team fight, Ethan made a positioning error and was ambushed by the enemy jungler, leaving him severely wounded. Just as he was about to be defeated, Liam's character, a blur of dark yellow and black, leaped from the side, stunning the enemy. Liam then swiftly switched to human form, unleashing a barrage of kicks that forced the enemy away from Ethan, but taking a significant amount of damage himself. Ethan urged Liam to retreat, but Liam, switching back to his beast form, dove headfirst into the enemy team, drawing all their attacks. As Ethan's screen turned gray, Liam's soft chuckle, his breath audible through the microphone, declared it was worth it. Ethan stared at the spot on the screen where Liam's character had fallen to save him, his heart fluttering. He softly called Liam foolish. With 2 seconds left on Liam's respawn timer, Liam's voice, filled with amusement, asked for a reward for his foolish dog, or rather, foolish beast. Ethan casually asked what kind of reward he wanted. Liam paused, then his voice dropped, a seductive whisper through the headphones, asking Ethan to say something sweet. Ethan blushed intensely, muttering that Liam was dreaming. Liam persisted, however. After respawning, he raced to the mid lane to find Ethan, his beast character circling him. Liam asked Ethan to repeat what he had said before he died. Ethan, recalling, instinctively repeated, "Foolish?" Liam immediately responded, his voice filled with triumphant laughter, saying yes, the foolish beast was there. Ethan was taken aback by Liam's playfulness. Liam continued to insist on a sweet word. Annoyed by his persistence, Ethan came up with a way to quiet him. He would only say something sweet if Liam carried him to the highest rank. A 2-second silence followed on the other end. Then Liam's voice, unusually serious, asked if Ethan was serious. Ethan confirmed it. From that point, the game's dynamic shifted dramatically. The playful character that had been teasing Ethan and making suggestive remarks transformed into a ruthless machine. Liam's character aggressively countered enemy jungle camps, controlled objectives, and initiated successful ganks, setting a blistering pace. He no longer focused on giving Ethan kills but on efficiently eliminating opponents and building a significant economic advantage. Liam's commands were concise. Blue buff, come get it. Red buff, behind me. Take this minion wave. Ethan only needed to position himself safely behind Liam and contribute damage or crowd control, and their performance became remarkably impressive. Seeing Liam's character secure a quadra-kill and save the struggling team, Ethan couldn't help but exclaim that Liam was incredible. Liam gave a slight cough through the headset, as if he had choked on water. Over the next few matches, Liam's carrying became even more effortless. Ethan comfortably let Liam take the lead, increasingly calling him bro. He exclaimed for his bro to save him, praised his bro's incredible counterplay, and called his bro cool, showering him with cheers. Liam usually just responded with a low grunt, then delivered even more exceptional performances. After another victory screen appeared, Ethan, in high spirits, casually complimented Liam's impressive skills. This time, Liam was silent for a moment. Just as Ethan wondered if he had disconnected, Liam's voice emerged, tinged with a raw, heated undertone, suggesting he would show Ethan his other impressive skills later. Ethan's face flushed instantly, almost dropping his phone. Their nightly routine soon solidified. Liam would send a game invitation promptly at 8. Their voice calls, initially confined to game strategy, gradually extended beyond it. One night, engrossed in conversation, Ethan inadvertently dozed off past midnight. Waking up later, he expected Liam to have disconnected, but the call was still active. A jolt of panic ran through him. He worried if he had snored or ground his teeth. He asked Liam why he hadn't hung up. Liam simply replied that listening to Ethan's steady breathing felt intimately comforting, so he couldn't bring himself to end the call. Ethan's cheeks burned with embarrassment. Over time, their voice chats grew more frequent and lengthy. Occasionally, when they were especially animated, Ethan would make a silly remark. Liam would respond with a soft TSK, a sound tinged with both exasperation and affection. He would say that Ethan's comment made him want to playfully flick his forehead, promising to do so once they met on campus. Ethan scoffed, rejecting the idea. Later, before Ethan posted any new cosplay photos online, he would send them to Liam for his opinion. Liam would usually pause for a few seconds after receiving them, then send several rapid-fire voice messages. He would call the cosplay beautiful, especially suited for Ethan, expressing a desire to ruffle Ethan's soft-looking hair and bury his face in Ethan's fragrant costume. Liam's compliments about Ethan's cuteness and desirability grew more frequent and natural. Their unspoken relationship was evident, simply awaiting their in-person meeting. As the start of the semester drew closer, the class group chat became more active with discussions about meeting up and dorm assignments. Liam's excitement grew palpable. One time, after a game, he fell silent for so long that Ethan thought he had fallen asleep. Then, Liam softly spoke, his voice unusually hesitant and nervous. He called out Ethan's name. Ethan gently acknowledged him. Liam paused again, his throat seemingly bobbing. He asked if, when they finally met, and he felt an urge to hug Ethan, Ethan would push him away. The air solidified. Ethan could distinctly hear his own heart accelerating, a frantic beat. He clutched his slightly warm phone, taking a long moment before replying that a simple hug wouldn't be an issue. Liam chuckled softly, pushing his luck. He then asked about a kiss. Ethan, completely overwhelmed, mumbled that Liam was being annoying, then abruptly ended the call. Shortly after, Liam forwarded an Excel sheet containing the freshman dorm assignments. He excitedly pointed out that there was someone in his dorm with the same name as Ethan. Ethan was speechless for a moment before responding that there was a possibility that person was him. Liam laughed, saying that was impossible since they were different genders. Ethan retorted, "Who says we're different?" Liam's playful demeanor instantly vanished. He asked what Ethan meant, questioning if he was male. Ethan, confused, confirmed he had always been male, asking if Liam had thought he was a girl. A prolonged silence stretched across the phone line. Ethan gripped his phone, his fingertips growing cold. He wondered if Liam had only added him because he thought Ethan was female. It made sense now. Liam had once mentioned that Ethan's voice was a bit low and husky, unlike the typically higher-pitched voices of others. Ethan, being from the South, usually spoke with a softer intonation and had even been told his normal speech sounded somewhat delicate. This was the first time anyone had described his voice as low and husky. He had intended to ask Liam about it then, but a delivery person at his door had interrupted them, and the topic had been sidetracked and eventually forgotten. Now, he realized others referred to other girls. Liam had genuinely believed he was a female. The realization left Ethan feeling empty, like biting into an unripe plum, a bitter astringency numbing his tongue. The Liam Maxwell is typing. Notification flickered several times at the top of the chat window before Liam's message finally came through. Liam asked if Ethan was joking, if he was trying to scare him. Ethan stared at the words, the bitterness in his heart intensifying. He could almost picture Liam staring at his screen, his smile slowly fading, replaced by panic and disbelief. Liam would rather believe it was a cruel joke than accept the truth. Ethan took a breath, pushing down the ill-timed disappointment. He opened his photo album and sent Liam several pictures of himself with short hair in casual clothes. One picture, taken without a shirt, clearly showed his flat chest and masculine bone structure. Liam's subsequent messages expressed utter bewilderment. He demanded to know why, if Ethan was male, he had always cosplayed female characters and sent only female costume pictures. He also pointed out that Ethan never corrected him when he called him wife. Liam exclaimed his frustration, accusing Ethan of being a deceptive gay man, calling it outrageous, and emphasizing his own straight identity. Liam's tone shifted from shock to a sense of betrayal and accusation. Ethan frowned. Liam's righteous indignation diluted some of the lingering sadness and guilt Ethan felt. He coldly typed that cosplaying either male or female characters was his freedom. Furthermore, he reminded Liam that during the freshman group photo sharing, his very first message had stated he was male. Ethan rapidly typed his defense, then clicked on the freshman group chat, intending to find and screenshot the old messages to prove his innocence. He unexpectedly noticed a system message directly above his cosplay video, clearly stating that L joined the group. This meant Liam had joined the group mere seconds before Ethan posted his Fox cosplay video. Liam, therefore, had not seen Ethan's prior declaration of being male. Liam's first impression of the group chat would have been Ethan's stunning video, followed by the deluge of wife comments. Everything clicked into place. It had simply been a huge misunderstanding. Ethan paused, unsure if he felt relieved or more burdened. He still sent the screenshot of their previous conversation. Ethan explained that he never intended to deceive Liam, that he had stated his gender from the beginning, but hadn't realized Liam wasn't in the group yet. He added that he didn't correct Liam calling him wife because it was a common term of endearment in his social circles, and he had never used a voice changer during their calls. Ethan concluded that both of them bore some responsibility for the misunderstanding and they shouldn't blame each other. The chat fell silent again. The Liam Maxwell is typing. Notification flickered on and off several times before disappearing entirely. No further messages came from Liam. Ethan stared at the quiet chat window, feeling a hollow ache and a touch of ironic amusement. Ultimately, he thought it wasn't Liam's fault. Most straight men felt uncomfortable with gay people, let alone one who had been sincerely calling a gay man wife for a month. Liam was probably disgusted. Ethan forced a bitter smile, exited their chat, and unpinned Liam's conversation. It was better this way. If Liam couldn't accept it, Ethan wouldn't pursue it. He still possessed the grace of knowing when to back off. Move-in day arrived quickly. When Ethan dragged his luggage into his dorm room, Liam was already there. He leaned against the window, dressed in a simple black t-shirt, his tall frame and sharp shoulders silhouetted against the light. He was looking down at his phone. Hearing the door open, he lifted his head, his gaze immediately locking onto Ethan. The air seemed to solidify. They stared at each other from across the room, neither speaking. For a fleeting moment, Ethan saw a subtle widening of Liam's pupils. Ethan's mind also buzzed, experiencing a brief blankness and paralysis. His heart traitorously skipped another beat. Damn, he thought, he's even better looking in person than in his photos. This striking, vibrant handsomeness was exactly his type, a powerful current that sent shivers through him. Falling for a straight guy is truly a gay man's curse. The intense emotions he had desperately suppressed for days now erupted like a shaken soda can. His gaze seemed to act on its own, clinging to Liam's face, tracing from his slightly furrowed brow to his tightly pressed, somewhat cold lips, and down to his sharp jawline. No, Ethan, wake up. He's straight, the same straight guy who vanished after finding out you were male. Don't fall for him, don't get lost, and don't entertain any unrealistic fantasies. Ethan forced himself to look away, focusing on the wheels of his suitcase. He could still feel Liam's gaze on him, carrying a complex emotion Ethan couldn't decipher. An awkward tension slowly spread through the room. Out of the corner of his eye, Ethan saw Liam stir, as if about to approach. Just then, a loud, energetic male voice, accompanied by shuffling footsteps, boomed from the hallway. "Room 410, your beloved dad, is here." The speaker paused upon seeing Ethan at the doorway, then immediately lit up, slapping Ethan's shoulder. "Wife, you're the wife." Before he finished, the last roommate arrived, pulling his own suitcase. Hearing the commotion, he peered in. Whoa, it is the Fox wife. He dropped his bag and almost bounced with undisguised excitement. "Oh my God, the heavens are smiling on me. I'm roommates with the wife. You're even prettier in person than in the video. That skin, those eyes." Ethan managed a polite smile, his peripheral vision, however, darting towards Liam by the window. Liam's lips were pressed into a tight line, his complexion darkening. Ethan understood Liam's feelings. After all, this supposedly straight man had enthusiastically called Ethan wife for a month. Now, every time someone else called Ethan wife, it undoubtedly dredged up that embarrassing history for Liam, making him deeply uncomfortable. Ethan decided to defuse the situation. He cleared his throat, interrupting the two boisterous roommates. His voice was as calm as he could make it. He told them that since they were all guys, they should avoid calling each other wife because it was odd. He suggested they just call him Ethan. The loud roommate, Alex Miller, blinked, then quickly chuckled, agreeing to call him Ethan. The excited roommate, Jesse Green, however, protested, his face falling in mock sadness. He almost lunged to grab Ethan's arm, whining that it wasn't fair. If girls could call him wife, why couldn't he? Ethan, seeing Jesse's theatrical display, found himself smiling, but to avoid further complications, he decided to reveal his sexual orientation. He took a deep breath, calmly dropping the bombshell. He was gay. The dorm instantly fell silent, a stillness so profound one could almost hear a pin drop. It was the reaction he expected. Next, they would instinctively take a step back, their eyes filled with scrutiny, wariness, or something worse. Despite his preparations, a faint pang of sadness pricked him. To his surprise, Jesse not only didn't retreat but stepped closer, grabbing Ethan's arm, his smile wide and genuine. He exclaimed that it was a huge coincidence, revealing that he was also gay. Ethan was dumbfounded by this completely unexpected turn of events, taking a moment to process it. He just stared at them both. At that moment, a loud crash echoed from the corner of the room. All three of them jumped and turned. It was Liam. His face was thunderous, his eyes fixed on Ethan and Jesse, the veins on his hands visibly bulging. Oh, Ethan thought, I almost forgot he's homophobic. With two gay roommates, Ethan felt a flicker of sympathy for him. After they had unpacked, Jesse, the other gay roommate, headed to the shower. Ethan and Alex sprawled in their chairs, scrolling through their phones. Liam sat at his desk, wearing headphones, seemingly watching gaming videos. A while later, the sound of water stopped. Jesse's loud voice boomed from the bathroom. He called out Ethan's name, asking him to grab his towel, specifying the light blue one on his bed. Ethan casually agreed, got up, and picked up the towel. As he turned, he bumped into a solid wall of a person. Startled, he looked up and met Liam's unreadable face. Liam had silently removed his headphones and stood right behind him, his gaze dark and heavy, like storm clouds brewing. He snatched the towel from Ethan's hand, his eyes never leaving Ethan, questioning him as if catching him in a transgression. Do you not correct anyone who calls you wife? Ethan was taken aback by Liam's sudden outburst, a flash of irritation sparking within him. He asked Liam what was wrong with him. Liam took a step closer, his height creating an immediate sense of intimidation. He looked at Ethan, his voice low and cold, demanding an answer. Ethan gradually understood that Liam's confrontational attitude likely stemmed from embarrassment, believing Ethan hadn't corrected his wife address, leading to his public humiliation for so long. Though Liam's reaction was intense, Ethan found it somewhat understandable. Suppressing his own annoyance, he looked earnestly at Liam and apologized, admitting he should have corrected him sooner. Liam stared at him, his chest visibly rising and falling, as if Ethan's apology had somehow choked him. His expression darkened further. He took several deep breaths, ultimately saying nothing, and then, with palpable resentment, carried the towel to the bathroom door, knocking. The door opened a crack, and a wet hand reached out. Liam, maliciously, held the towel just out of reach. Jesse fumbled for a moment, then reluctantly poked his head out, surprised to see Liam. "Huh? Where's my wife?" Liam's voice was as cold as ice, forbidding Jesse from calling Ethan wife. Jesse paused, then defiantly argued why he should listen to Liam, repeating wife, wife, wife multiple times. Liam, holding the towel aloft, turned as if to walk away. Jesse's tone instantly shifted, begging Liam not to leave. He offered a fawning smile, promising not to use the term wife again. Only then did Liam toss him the towel. Soon, Jesse emerged wrapped in the towel, his hair still dripping. He first cautiously glanced at Liam, who had returned to his seat and still looked frozen with displeasure. Then, Jesse sidled up to Ethan, whispering furiously. He wondered aloud what was wrong with Liam, describing his dark expression as if Jesse had stolen his wife. Jesse stopped mid-sentence, his eyes widening dramatically. He looked at Ethan, then disbelievingly at Liam's back, before leaning in and concluding that Liam liked Ethan. Despite knowing it was a ridiculous thought, Ethan's heart skipped a beat. Just then, Liam looked over with a frown. Ethan quickly clamped a hand over Jesse's mouth, offering a strained smile to Liam, then quietly reminded Jesse not to talk nonsense. He explained that Liam was straight and likely just disliked their casual familiarity. Ethan genuinely struggled to understand Liam's behavior. When Ethan was around, Liam was almost completely silent. Most of the time, he wore headphones, staring at his computer screen, or leaned against his bed, reading a book, presenting a cool, aloof profile. An invisible wall seemed to divide them. Yet, certain small details suggested that beneath this deliberately maintained distance, Liam was not entirely indifferent. For instance, when Ethan emerged from the shower, dressed in loose t-shirt and shorts, his hair still wet, he would invariably feel Liam's gaze subtly sweeping over him. But when Ethan looked back, Liam would quickly drop his eyes, furiously flipping through a book or clacking away at his keyboard. Occasionally, they would accidentally brush shoulders in the narrow hallway, and Liam would flinch away as if shocked, his arm muscles taut, as if Ethan were a dangerous beast. Another time, when Ethan bent down to pick up a dropped pen, he straightened to find Liam frozen in place, his ears faintly red. His eyes darting away, occasionally landing on the small strip of Ethan's lower back exposed by his movement. If Ethan tried to engage him in conversation, Liam would adopt an air of intense busyness, suggesting he shouldn't be disturbed. Ethan felt like he was losing his mind. This silent, deliberate, yet contradictory avoidance was more frustrating than any argument or outright indifference. He wondered if Liam was deliberately toying with him. Yes, he must be. He's getting revenge on me for not correcting his wife comments. What a cunning straight man. It's outrageous. I'm gay, what if I actually fall for him irrevocably? Ethan decided he couldn't handle it. He promptly contacted his academic advisor about changing dorms. The advisor gave him an application form and told him to submit it after orientation. Jesse, upon hearing this, clung to Ethan's arm, whining dramatically. He lamented that while Liam, whom Jesse nicknamed Mr. Freeze, might not be emotionally broken, he certainly was. Jesse's sadness, however, didn't last long, as the 2-week orientation period was about to begin. Someone posted pictures of the drill sergeants on the campus forum, and Jesse quickly became engrossed in admiring the attractive men. He pointed at one photo, drooling, and told Ethan that the drill sergeant was incredibly handsome, wishing he would be assigned to their group. Jesse's wish came true, but his heart was shattered. The handsome drill sergeant, Coach Reynolds, turned out to be the most rigid and strict. Consequently, their group endured the longest sun exposure, the fewest breaks, and the most demanding posture requirements during drills. On the very first day of orientation, Jesse feigned fainting. Coach Reynolds revived him by pinching his pressure points and pouring 2 bottles of a bitter herbal drink down his throat. Jesse wasn't truly revived by the drink. He just didn't want a 3rd bottle. He had underestimated Coach Reynolds, realizing his fake faint had earned him a painful pressure point massage and bitter medicine. All for a mere 5-minute break before being hauled back to formation by the unyielding drill sergeant. Jesse, ever persistent, wasn't about to give up. The next morning, during their jog, he pretended to twist his ankle. Having studied dance since elementary school, this trick was second nature to him. He successfully obtained an excused absence from the advisor for recovery. Jesse's good fortune brought benefits to Ethan and Alex as well. Jesse would pre-order their lunch, saving them from the long queues at the crowded campus cafeteria after drills. Unfortunately, fate had other plans. Jesse, skipping happily along with their lunch, encountered Coach Reynolds. Coach Reynolds raised an eyebrow at Jesse's allegedly injured foot, then offered a chilling smile. When Ethan received a message that Jesse wouldn't be returning, he was already back in the dorm. It was hot outside, and he was exhausted, so he had no desire to brave the crowded cafeteria. He opted for a cup of instant noodles, intending to quickly eat it. As Liam entered the room, Ethan was tearing open a seasoning packet. Liam paused, his brow almost imperceptibly furrowing. He abruptly asked if Ethan was really just eating that, his voice a little harsh. Ethan, startled, realized Liam was talking to him and nodded, confirming it was convenient. Liam pressed his lips together, said nothing more, and turned to leave. Just as Ethan's water boiled, Liam returned, carrying a popular chicken and waffle combo from an off-campus eatery. He silently placed it on Ethan's desk, then walked straight to his own spot to get ready for a shower, as if picking up the food had simply been an afterthought. Ethan looked at the steaming meal, then at Liam's sweat-soaked uniform from orientation. A familiar pang of bitterness rose within him. What was this, Liam? A small kindness from a straight guy? Alex also blinked, wondering what his status was, the ignored straight friend. He took the instant noodle cup from Ethan's hand, winking and calling Ethan Godfather, asking for the noodles as a reward. Shortly after they finished eating, Jesse returned, limping and muttering curses about that awful Coach Reynolds, vowing eternal enmity. Ethan and Alex rushed to help him to a chair, asking what had happened. Jesse exploded, slamming his hand on the desk, declaring that the dog Reynolds accused him of slacking off and personally made him run 10 laps. 10 full laps. They spent a long time comforting him, but Jesse remained incensed. After a prolonged period of thought, he devised a brilliant plan. He vowed to turn the rigid straight man, play with his feelings, and then ruthlessly discard him. Ethan and Alex simply exchanged glances. Meanwhile, the university's annual Campus King and Queen competition began on the campus forum. Initially, Ethan paid no attention. That was until Jesse, bursting out of the bathroom with his phone, shouted that Ethan had gone viral. Someone had submitted Ethan's Fox cosplay picture to the Campus Queen section, and it was leading by a landslide. Ethan almost choked on his water. He snatched the phone and saw his golden-haired, fox-eared, alluring cosplay photo displayed at the very top of the Campus Queen section, with votes rapidly climbing. The Campus King selection was, predictably, dominated by Liam, his strikingly handsome identification photo hanging proudly at the top. Even more absurdly, some genius had paired Ethan and Liam into a ship, naming them Liam and Ethan. The students, eager for drama, quickly flooded the forum with various fan fiction stories of tragic romance. They even had their own dedicated hashtag and support threads. Ethan was so mortified, he felt like his toes were curling into the floor. He could only imagine Liam's reaction, likely feeling even more disgusted and embarrassed. Sure enough, that evening, Alex sent Ethan a message saying Liam and Upside-Down Pooper were fighting on the field. Halfway to the field, Ethan couldn't help but ask Alex why they were fighting. Alex quickly replied that it seemed to be about Ethan. Ethan was completely stunned. Liam was fighting for him? As he pondered this, Alex's second message arrived. It explained that Upside-Down Pooper had called gay people disgusting and said Liam and Ethan were a match made in heaven. So, that was why Liam had resorted to violence. He just didn't want to be associated with Ethan, a gay man. The faint spark of hope that had briefly ignited in Ethan's heart was instantly extinguished, leaving behind only a bitter sense of shame and awkwardness. He forced a wry smile. Isn't this always the outcome when a gay man falls for a straight one? What was I even hoping for? He shook his head and hurried towards the athletic field. The scene on the field was less of a fight and more of a one-sided beating. Upside-Down Pooper was clearly on the receiving end. When Liam saw Ethan approaching, his body noticeably tensed. He almost instinctively tried to hide his injured hand behind his back, his eyes flickering, as if he wanted to turn and leave. Ethan called out Liam's name, his voice as steady as he could make it. He asked Liam to follow him. Liam pressed his lips together, saying nothing, but still followed Ethan towards the campus health center nearby. Ethan bought antiseptic wipes, cotton swabs, and bandages. As he tore open the packaging, he instructed Liam to hold out his hand so he could clean the injury. Liam glanced at the supplies in Ethan's hand, his throat bobbing. He averted his gaze, his voice sounding strained, saying it wasn't necessary, that it was a small injury and he could do it himself. Although Ethan had anticipated his refusal, a wave of embarrassment washed over him. Of course, he's even avoiding this small amount of physical contact. He took a deep breath, suppressing all the awkwardness and disappointment. He spoke quickly, apologizing for the forum situation and for involving Liam in such unpleasant gossip, and even a physical altercation. He admitted his mishandling of the situation and promised to clarify their relationship and Liam's sexual orientation, assuring him that no one would spread rumors again and that he wouldn't be bothered. After speaking, Ethan pressed the antiseptic wipes, cotton swabs, and bandages into Liam's uninjured hand, then turned to leave. His wrist was suddenly caught in a firm, warm grip. Ethan turned back in surprise, meeting Liam's eyes. Liam's gaze was complex, filled with anxiety, helplessness, and a hint of misunderstood hurt. Liam said he wasn't troubled by it at all. Ethan sat alone on a secluded, tree-lined path for a long time, unable to fully understand what Liam meant by that last statement. He decided to explain the entire situation to Jesse and ask for his analysis. Jesse immediately replied, asking if Ethan liked Liam too. Ethan simply replied with ellipses. Jesse then declared that they clearly liked each other. Ethan insisted that Liam was straight. Jesse scoffed, calling Liam anything but straight, labeling him a poser. Ethan again just responded with ellipses. Jesse continued, saying that since Ethan liked Liam, he would help Liam. Jesse added that if Liam kept up his poser act, he wouldn't know what to do without Jesse's help. Jesse explained that a truly straight man wouldn't care about others calling his roommate wife, nor would he blush after seeing a glimpse of another man's back. He wouldn't go out of his way in scorching weather to buy food, nor would he secretly reserve seats, buy breakfast, or take notes for a friend. Jesse concluded that Liam was definitely not straight now. All his strange behaviors were classic symptoms of a straight man in the early stages of being turned. Panicked internally, completely losing control of his actions, and not even understanding his own desires. Ethan was somewhat dazed by this rapid-fire analysis. His heart began to pound uncontrollably, a ridiculous yet thrilling thought beginning to form, but he dared not fully embrace it. He still felt a need to find flaws in Jesse's reasoning and argue against it. He pointed out that Liam had fought someone today because they said he and Ethan were a match made in heaven, and he had refused Ethan's help with his injured hand. Jesse sent an emoji of a dog hanging itself, calling Liam's refusal to treat the injury pure posing. He insisted there must be another reason for the fight, promising to find evidence. Soon after, Jesse's message popped up again, this time with a video link and an emoji of someone being beaten in a brawl. Ethan clicked the link. The video showed upside-down pooper chatting with a friend. The friend was saying how disgusting it was for a guy to enter the campus queen competition, calling it attention-seeking. Another friend jokingly added that a submissive gay man could technically be considered female. They laughed. The first friend continued, saying he heard Ethan was quite good at fishing, tricking a bunch of guys into orbiting him, and that all gay people were disgusting, calling Liam and Ethan a perfect match. The next second, Liam, who had just walked by, exploded like a stick of dynamite. He lunged forward, throwing a punch, then pinned both of them to the ground, beating them. The video ended there. Ethan stared at the now black screen, his ears ringing. Liam's punch and his earlier statement, "Ethan, I don't feel troubled by it," repeated in his mind. He looked up towards the dorm building where Liam should be. He needed an answer, and he needed it now. Only Liam was in the dorm. He held an A4 sheet of paper, his expression somewhat grim. Ethan's eyes widened. It was his room change application form. Sensing danger, his heart leaped, and he instinctively started to turn and slip away. Before he could take a step, his wrist was caught in an unyielding grip. Then, he was yanked backward, stumbling into a warm, solid chest. Liam's scent enveloped him instantly, a faint, clean shower gel fragrance mixed with a unique, unsettling warmth. In his other hand, Liam still clutched the thin application form. He looked down at Ethan, his gaze deep and dark. Ethan shivered, his legs feeling weak. Liam's voice, low and slightly hoarse, with a barely perceptible tremor, asked why Ethan wanted to change rooms. He asked if Ethan hated him so much that he didn't want to see him. Ethan was momentarily stunned by Liam's vulnerable tone, forgetting to struggle. Perhaps Jesse was right, and they liked each other. He decided to probe a little. Ethan steadied himself, attempting to pull his hand free, but Liam's grip only tightened. He turned his head, avoiding Liam's intense gaze, and deliberately spoke in a flat tone. He claimed Liam was overthinking it, stating that he simply thought it would be awkward for Liam, a straight man, to continue sharing a dorm with someone he had been intimate with. He suggested his moving out would be better for Liam. Liam's brows furrowed tightly, and he almost blurted out, "Why would I be awkward around you?" Ethan looked up at him, the lingering bitterness and uncertainty prompting him to continue probing, even with a hint of self-deprecation. He asked if Liam wasn't awkward, then why had he completely vanished online after discovering Ethan was male? Ethan's voice unconsciously rose, the accumulated grievances and confusion finally finding an outlet. He demanded to know if Liam wasn't awkward, why he always avoided Ethan's gaze, and why he had been so distant. The more he spoke, the more agitated he became, his eyes stinging. Yet he stubbornly stared at Liam, refusing to show any vulnerability. Liam was speechless, a flicker of panic and helplessness crossing his face. He opened his mouth as if to explain but seemed unable to find the words. Ethan struggled again, pretending to want to leave. Liam's hold on him tightened further. He took a deep breath, as if making a decision, his gaze no longer wavering, meeting Ethan's directly. Liam apologized, admitting he hadn't meant to ignore Ethan. He explained he was just too confused, unsure how to face him. He confessed his mind had been in turmoil, and even though he hadn't contacted Ethan during that time, he thought about him daily. As he spoke, Liam's ears flushed visibly. He revealed that he avoided Ethan's gaze because he couldn't look at him without his eyes lingering, and he would start thinking inappropriate things. Liam swallowed, his voice now tinged with a reckless honesty and embarrassment. He asked if Ethan knew that every time he came out of the shower, his hair wet and his neck so pale, Liam would look at him and just... Ethan was overwhelmed by this rapid, direct confession, his heart pounding, his cheeks burning uncontrollably. It wasn't awkwardness after all, but clumsiness, confusion, the bewildered and helpless struggle of a man who thought he was straight, only to discover he was falling for another man, a struggle he couldn't resist. His heart felt as if a honey pot had spilled inside him, a sweet, overwhelming rush. Liam tightened his grip on Ethan's wrist, pulling him even closer. Their noses almost touched, their hot breaths mingling. Liam's voice deepened, thick with emotion and a humble plea. He asked Ethan not to move out. Liam's soft, almost tender utterance of wife carried a strong sense of grievance and a touch of pleading, starkly contrasting his usual cool and detached demeanor. This unexpected shift, like a feather, precisely tickled the most sensitive spot in Ethan's heart. All reason, all hesitation, all bitterness, crumbled in that instant. Ethan was utterly defeated. As if by instinct, he tilted his head back and closed his eyes. It was a silent yet unmistakable invitation. Liam's breath hitched. The next second, a warm, soft pressure settled heavily on Ethan's lips. It began as a clumsy, trembling touch. Ethan softly groaned, instinctively parting his lips. This small action seemed to trigger something in Liam, and his kiss deepened, becoming more urgent. No longer tentative, his tongue, initially hesitant but now forceful, gently parted Ethan's teeth, entering and greedily claiming Ethan's breath. Ethan, no longer passive, began to respond tentatively, his tongue lightly intertwining with Liam's. Feeling Ethan's reciprocation, Liam's body stiffened, and his arm wrapped around Ethan's waist tightened abruptly, almost crushing him. The kiss became more profound, more passionate. The air filled only with their hurried breaths and the wet, intimate sounds of their mouths. Not until their lungs burned for air did they finally break apart, foreheads resting against each other, breaths still mingling. Liam's eyes shone with an intense light, swirling with unspent passion and an almost obsessive longing. He breathed heavily, his thumb gently tracing Ethan's now swollen lips, his voice husky. He told Ethan he wanted him deeply. After they became a couple, life seemed bathed in a soft glow. Their previously misaligned schedules now morphed into a mochi of always being together. Every time they left their room, Liam's hand would instinctively reach for Ethan's, their fingers intertwining, a natural, firm clasp. Whether walking to the lecture hall or navigating a crowded campus eatery, he never let go. Liam soon knew Ethan's food preferences intimately. He would habitually remove the dishes Ethan disliked from his plate, swapping them for his own chicken wings or ribs. Jesse and Alex, initially teasing, eventually became desensitized, now merely rolling their eyes and declaring they were full before eating. The forum's fangirls went wild, their Liam and Ethan ship sailing triumphantly, becoming a haven for face-value fanatics. One post declared that Liam had looked at Ethan 23 times in one class, averaging once every 2 minutes, suggesting his focus warranted a scholarship. Liam's social media became a subtle platform for showing off their relationship. One evening, he posted a picture of the vibrant sunset over the campus track, comparing the fiery sky to an overturned paint palette. In one corner of the photo, a blurry reflection showed their two figures standing close together. The comments section immediately exploded. Someone asked if Coach Reynolds had turned yet. Another noted the beautiful clouds but commented that the overlapping figures were even better. Liam replied to that comment, affirming the user's keen eye and predicting Coach Reynolds would indeed turn. Another friend jokingly told Ethan to control his partner, as his public displays of affection were becoming too frequent. Liam responded, apologizing for loving too much. Liam returned to his initial flirtatious online persona from when they first connected. Every time Ethan cosplayed, Liam would pull him onto his lap and kiss him for a long time. He'd playfully murmur things about Ethan's soft ears, wanting to bury his face in Ethan's fluffy tail, or how fragrant Ethan smelled, expressing an intense desire for him. It was constant. Beyond that, he was incredibly possessive. At one convention, a handsome man showed great interest in Ethan's cosplay and took several photos with him. Later, in the rest area, Liam silently pulled Ethan into his arms, resting his chin on Ethan's shoulder. After a long moment, he mumbled, asking who that was and why they were chatting so happily. Ethan was momentarily confused, then smiled, turning his head to kiss Liam's jaw. He teased Liam, calling him a walking jealousy factory, explaining that the man simply admired the character and complimented Ethan's accurate cosplay. Liam's ears flushed, but he remained tight-lipped. After that, with every person who interacted with Ethan, Liam's mood grew noticeably colder. On the evening the convention ended, as soon as the hotel room door clicked shut. Before they even inserted the key card for power, Liam wrapped his arms tightly around Ethan from behind. His warm breath, mingled with his fresh scent, instantly enveloped Ethan. In the darkness, he buried his face in Ethan's neck, his voice muffled, filled with overt jealousy and a hint of hurt. He said that so many people had surrounded Ethan that day, and that the man in the blue t-shirt had almost put his hand on Ethan's waist. Ethan couldn't help but chuckle. He fumbled to insert the room card, then turned in Liam's embrace, poking his firm chest. He again called Liam a walking jealousy factory, reminding him that it was just work, just photos, and Liam knew that. Liam's lips were pressed together, silent, as he lowered his head to nuzzle Ethan's face, his breath hot. Ethan's heart melted. He found Liam's possessive demeanor endearing and deliberately teased him. He asked if Liam didn't like his cosplay, if he didn't find it attractive. Liam's throat bobbed, his gaze darkening. He tightened his arms, saying he liked it so much he wanted to hide Ethan away, keeping him from everyone else. His kisses fell, carrying a hint of punishment, light bites and nips. Not until both were breathless did he pull back slightly, foreheads touching, his voice hoarse. He asked Ethan to wear an outfit he had prepared, just for him. As Liam spoke, he pulled out a maid costume, the fabric laughably sparse. Ethan's face instantly burned. After showering and changing into the costume, Liam's breathing visibly deepened, his eyes glued to Ethan, his throat bobbing. He lifted Ethan, carrying him to the bed, and sat him on his lap. His fingers carefully traced the lace edges of the skirt, his calloused fingertips brushing against Ethan's skin, sending a shiver through him. Ethan let out a soft sound, leaning weakly into Liam's embrace, his cheek pressed against Liam's hot neck. Liam chuckled softly in his ear, his warm breath tickling Ethan's ear. He noted that Ethan's ears were red and adorable. With that, he gently took Ethan's earlobe between his lips, licking it with his tongue, his teeth lightly grazing it. A myriad of tingling sensations shot through Ethan's body. He instinctively wriggled in Liam's arms, which only resulted in Liam's embrace tightening further. Ethan cried out Liam's name, his voice trembling, the end of his words swallowed by Liam's deepening kiss. This kiss was more passionate and aggressive than any before, as if claiming complete ownership. Liam's hands were also busy, awkwardly exploring unfamiliar territory. Every touch sent an uncontrollable shiver through Ethan. Liam gasped, his forehead pressed against Ethan's, commanding him to call him daddy. Lost in passion, Ethan clung to Liam's shoulders and softly, obediently, uttered the name. Liam seemed to ignite instantly, losing all control. The hotel room lights swung slightly, reflecting scattered points of light. The air conditioning hummed silently, but it couldn't dispel the rising heat of their shared intimacy. Occasionally, stifled whimpers and soft cries escaped, only to be quickly silenced by deeper kisses. The chaotic breathing gradually calmed, but Liam lingered, unwilling to withdraw. He continued to lightly kiss Ethan's shoulders and collarbone, his fingers affectionately caressing Ethan's earlobe. His other hand toyed with the bow on Ethan's chest. Liam's voice, languid and husky from their exertions, commented that Ethan looked beautiful in the skirt. He then softly asked if Ethan would try a bunny girl outfit next time.